Hi, welcome back to the Diverse Nerd Project. I got a returning guest, Tyson. What you want to mention your YouTube channel?
Hello, everybody. This is Tyson at The Matrix Reveal on YouTube.
Good, good. I'm Harmony, uh, and I'm gonna do pronouns again for people that are new to the channel. Mine is she, her, and they. You, Tyson, your pronouns?
I don't have any preferred pronouns.
That's cool. All right, so. Hey, today's debate will be on the undocumented immigrants in the United States and stuff. Um, didn't really have any jumping off points here, but is there anything you'd like to discuss, Tyson, about this? You know,
Well, I'll say the illegal immigrant issue is really out of hand. It's been out of hand for decades. It's been out of hand. Under Trump administration, they got somewhat under control, but then the Biden administration came in and it just became ridiculous. The Biden administration pretty much sent an open invitation for people all over the world to come and cross the border illegally. And I think that has really contributed to the problem that we see today.
Interesting. When I was doing research this morning, it looks like the Obama and the Biden administration has deported a lot of people and stuff. I mean, it's like millions. I can't remember. I should have had the exact numbers, but it was like 1.5 million or something. Biden has deported, which I think was about the same amount as Trump, and then I think Obama or was it? Yeah, Biden did about 1.5 million, and I think Obama did about 2.5 million and stuff.
I think Obama did like over 3 million.
3 million? Yeah, it was a lot.
He had 8 years though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's like his whole administration, but he had 8 years though.
And the problem wasn't as well, I ain't gonna say bad, but it wasn't too big of an issue.
Yeah, I think
it has, from the research I've been doing, it looks like it's been increasing.
Yeah, Obama increased deported, I want to say like the most ever as a president, but he had 8 years too though
to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel there should be a I don't know, better way of handling this, because the new administration, the Trump administration here, is doing like mass deportations and stuff, and it's really heinous and stuff, and just like real crazy and stuff. How do you feel about that?
The way the Trump administration is handling it now, it may be a little extreme, but
yeah,
I think the last administration, it got so out of hand that the pendulum have to swing back just as extreme, because the last administration basically was inviting people to come to the border.
How so? Because I felt they were pretty extreme too. Like he had like 15,000 soldiers at the border or something like that. I mean, it was a lot of stuff.
They had temporary soldiers in the beginning of his administration, and maybe at another point at one time. But they had the whole catch and release policy. You had Democrat lawmakers basically telling illegals how to enter the country, through catch and release, coming and claiming asylum and stuff like that. And it just got overwhelmed. It overwhelmed the border control. It overwhelmed the welfare system. A lot of cities went bankrupt trying to accommodate. So yeah, the Trump administration may be a little extreme, but that's what happens when the pendulum swing one way so far. It's gonna come back just the same.
But so cities that went bankrupt, you say?
Say what?
You said cities have went bankrupt?
Yeah, you have cities like Chicago, New York.
I don't think they went bankrupt.
They spent billions of dollars. They're in a deficit. It's been billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars? That seems like overinflated. I was looking at the numbers and stuff with the Chicago, because I know the Black residents of the South Shore area were upset because I think they had received $70 million or something like that, or that they were proposed spending on the immigrants that were there and stuff, but they they wasn't addressing issues that they were concerned about, and then they said if you can give that much money to the undocumented immigrants, why can't you give that much money to us to improve our neighborhood and stuff like that?
Right, right. In Chicago, it says, according to recent figures, they spent nearly 300 million
300 million.
on
Oh
illegal,
yeah, I think I had the same numbers here. Yeah,
immigrants.
and that's what they were asking for too. They wanted to have 300 million to 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 fix up the neighborhood and stuff because they said crime has gotten out of hand and
I mean, that's Chicago. You know,
buildings are
Chicago.
falling
Wow.
apart. Well, I mean, yeah, it's got worse, I guess, and stuff. But in the they they have a new black mayor, but he's not really doing anything to address the issues. They thought that he would do stuff to address the
Oh, they
issues,
they own their mayor. What's his name?
yeah, I had his
Brandon
name right
Johnson.
here. Yeah, I think
He won't be there long.
I know that's what I was seeing
The
on
next
the
vote
internet,
cycle,
but
election cycle, he's done.
yeah, he said they were hoping it would break a long decade of tradition of leaving black folks last and stuff like
Right.
that. But my thing with that and stuff is, it seemed like it'd be on the city to provide funding towards, their black residents and stuff like that. The migrants, I think they could both get funding and stuff if they could. I think it's probably a corruption problem with the government and not exactly the migrants' fault. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's definitely. I would say there has to be some corruption involved. I mean,
Yeah,
big government, big business, big corruption.
Yeah, it
But
seems like both groups should be able to be taken care of and stuff like that.
Mayor Brandon Johnson, he did propose a solution.
He did. What was that?
He wanted to raise the residents' property tax by 300 million. That was his solution.
Chicago's a big city, though. It seemed like they could come up with the money from somewhere.
I mean, it got shot down, but not only did you leave out the residents, not only did you shut down important institutions like schools and after school programs and recreation programs for the children.
I know they were housing some of the undocumented immigrants in a school I was reading too.
Yeah, but now, not only did you steal their money in that way, you want to propose raising their property taxes.
Oh no, I don't see that. That shouldn't be
It didn't happen though. It got shot down.
I know that. Property taxes, especially in urban areas and stuff, it can be detrimental on people.
Yeah. Now the city of New York, according to recent figures, in 2023, they spent 1.47 billion on illegal immigrants.
I know that's a bigger city, and the cost of living is probably more expensive there and stuff like that and everything.
It says in 2024 they spent 3.75 billion.
Oh wow.
So, now remember New York got famous doing illegal immigration because they was paying for people housing. They was giving $1,000 worth of food stamps.
But what I heard from people I talked to and stuff, those immigrants are they're asylum seekers from other countries that are they're having a lot of issues, wars and different things that were going on and stuff like that. They were escaping persecution in their own country and stuff like that and stuff. So it was like they were in dire need of help. They didn't really have anything when they came over here and stuff.
No, that was the scam. That was the excuse. They weren't fleeing persecution. That's what you told border security when you got caught, and then they'll get a date, and the majority of them never return for that date. So that was the scam, was to say we're claiming asylum, and then we get released into the interior, and a lot of them never show back up. So in other words, their asylum claims were fraud. They had to do what they had to do to get on the inside.
Well, I haven't did too much research in that area and stuff, so I'll have to look into that more and stuff like that. I was thinking, so you're okay with what Trump is doing, shackling people and stuff like that, and using our military planes, which are really expensive, to send these people, back to their countries and stuff?
I mean, that's how you got to do it. That's how you do prisoners. You shackle them up.
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think besides like the violent criminals, they're also getting non-violent people too.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's been here for years, This should be a way to help them people become citizens. But I feel
Yeah, I
like
agree.
anybody who came over during the Biden 4 years, go back.
Go back.
Go back and start all over, because the way the Biden administration did it, they literally was letting people come over here with fraudulent asylum claims. They also had what they call the catch and release program.
Yeah, I had
Where
read a
you come
little
over
bit
and get
about
caught
that and
by
stuff.
a border security, and they let you go. Then you go off in the interior, and then you go where you want to go, and then they give you a $2,000 food stamp in a 4-star hotel.
Dang.
You
I
know?
didn't read all that. That seems, but yeah, no, it's let me see here.
Yeah, New York spent billions of dollars.
Mhm.
Hey, New York got so bad that even Mayor Eric Adams was like, yo, listen, we got to do something. We got to do something. He ready to work with Trump.
Dang. Well,
That's how bad it got, you
dang.
know?
Bad as in like what was so bad about it?
Just the numbers, the money being spent. You know, you got gang members. You,
Gang members?
you
Well,
got
we have gang members in the U.S.
you
Too.
got violent criminals. I mean, we got enough gang members in the U.S. We don't need nobody else's.
And I heard that the violent undocumented immigrants only make up like a very tiny portion of the immigrants.
Well,
Most of the immigrants are very hardworking, contribute to our society. They're just really coming over. They have their families here and stuff. They're just really good people and stuff.
yeah, I would imagine that most of them are very hardworking people that just want to come make a better life for themselves. I would imagine that would be most of them, but
Yeah.
you do have your criminals, you do have your gangbangers, your MS-13, your Trinidad Aragua. I mean,
Yeah, which is a very small amount, and they should be, like I said, fine with them
compared to
being,
the overall, it's probably a very small amount, but
yeah.
it's
But,
enough. I mean, I don't know
but he's
exactly.
talking about like rounding up like 13 million people though, and that's like
Well, he haven't rounded up that
that'll
many
have a
people. He
devastating.
haven't rounded up that many people yet.
Well, over the probably over his administration or whatever. Like
Yeah.
you said, you're ramping up fast to deport people and stuff this time.
I mean, with this new term that Trump is under right now, I want to say like those that he removed so far, like 90% of them was already on a removal order under the Biden administration. They just dragged their feet on removing them. So a lot of them was already under removal order, because you got a lot of people coming over here claiming
the criminal ones and the non-criminal ones were on a removal order. The criminal and the non-criminal ones.
Criminal and non-criminals.
Oh.
Yeah, they were already, like I said, 90% of them that they got so far was already under a removal order.
And then the 10% were just lumped in there or something.
Yeah, just lumped in there somewhere.
Hey.
No, I'm not sure if they was criminal or not, they had been caught or not, or just they got caught up in the sweep. And this is why the border czar, Tom Homan, I believe his name is, like the sanctuary cities are protecting the criminals in the jails. And he said, listen, let us come to the jails and get them, because if you let them out of jail and they go back home with their family and they catch them there, they taking everybody who's not supposed to be here. So just let us get us out of jail to save those other people some trouble, because you're going to have some people who probably deserve a chance, get caught up in the sweep. Matter of fact, I think it was one guy, his roommate got busted, and he was there too.
But yeah, getting caught up in the sweep. A lot of American citizens are getting caught up in the sweep too. We have military members that were Army vets, Native American people, a whole bunch of people, really, especially Black and brown people that are being caught up in the sweep and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be strays. I mean, it's gotten so ridiculous. It's gonna be strays.
That's so ridiculous.
I mean, somebody gonna catch strays, but I'm pretty sure they get the paperwork worked out. Everything should be able to get it straightened out. But yeah,
doesn't that seem like inhumane to have to walk around carrying your papers to prove that you're a citizen here and stuff?
I mean, we all walk around with our papers. It's called an ID.
But I think they said the ID isn't enough. You need almost like, I wouldn't say birth certificate or something, but something that proves that you're a citizen here, because, they can, I don't know why they say IDs aren't enough. It seems like it should be enough, but
yeah, it should be enough.
But yeah, they said that you need like papers to show, like almost like they did with like slaves and stuff. You had to have your freedom papers and stuff on you and stuff, and that just seems like really dehumanizing to have to work. You pretty much have to, if you get pulled over, you have to prove that you're a United States citizen and stuff like that. And like I feel like it's like I don't know, like a forecast of what's like to come in the U.S. and stuff. The way it's cracking down on undocumented people. I mean, like who's going to be next?
I mean, that's very unfortunate for those who are citizens, and there was a misunderstanding. But like I said, over the last 4 years, things got so out of control that pendulum is going to swing back, and there's a lot of people that's going to catch strays. But what has to be done has to be done.
Out of control by how? Like this?
How they were just letting people in the country crazy. It was just ridiculous.
It has ramped up of people, in here and stuff like that. But I mean, but like besides the criminals, what's the big deal about them, being in here? Because they do contribute to the society, they contribute to the GDP. I think they said like they put money into like Social Security and Medicare that they'll never get back. I think it's like in the year 2022 alone, they put $98 billion into our Social Security and Medicare. Actually,
well, I doubt very seriously that's the people who came over in the last 4 years. I would doubt very seriously that's those people.
So you're saying they're not working?
I'm not saying they're not working, but I doubt they're the ones who contribute to that. Like I said, if you've been here for years and established your life, you probably got family, you probably go to school, go to church, got kids and stuff like that. I think, yeah, you should find some way to help them people out. But the people who ran across the border in the last 4 years, nah, they should wrap all them up, because nationwide it's cost the country like $42 billion.
Well, it's going to cost more to round everybody up and stuff, though. Because you're going to take people that were working jobs and stuff, and you're going to put them in these prisons. And I heard like Guantanamo Bay or something like that, and everything. And that's going to cost money to house people in a prison and feed them 3 meals a day and everything, and keep that facility going. Whereas they could be here working and contributing to society and living their life and being with their family and stuff.
But everybody's not here working. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody's not here working. And I believe it'd be cheaper to send them back to their home countries than it will to be to take care of them here. I mean, $42 billion on welfare, that's a strain on our system. Especially when we got people sleeping on the street here. Especially when you got people without Medicaid and Medicaid here. Especially when you don't have people without food and shelter and clothes and all the help they need here. You got to take care of home before you can take care of other people. Like I said, I don't think it'd cost more to send these people back than it would to actually take care of them here.
To house them in the camps and stuff like that, it'd cost a lot of money and stuff.
No, just do what you're doing. Shackle them up and put them on a plane and send them back to their country.
The plane wasn't even full of people and stuff. It costs a lot of money to operate the military.
Yeah, but it'd be cheaper. But it'd be cheaper to send them back than it would to be house, clothes, feed them. Yes, it will.
But you can't it's hard to do that with the amount of people that he's trying to round up in a short amount of time and stuff. It's going to cost billions and billions of dollars to do that and stuff. Because it's going to cost as simple as like just put them on a plane and send them back and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into that, and it's going to cost a lot of money.
It's going to cost money.
Families too.
Yeah, it's going to cost money either way.
Your kids and stuff, which is really inhumane.
It's going to cost money either way. That's why you have to shut the border down and stop it from happening from the jump. And that's what the Biden administration did. They allowed people to come over. Mm-hmm. They allowed people to come over, like, come on in, and they should have did that. And that's
how would you propose that they come over?
Say what?
How would you propose that they come over? Because a lot of people are, fleeing a really horrible situation in their country and stuff.
Some people are, but not many. It's a very minuscule number.
Well, a lot of people come over here for work opportunities and stuff like that. There's work opportunities to be with family that's over here. There's a whole bunch of reasons why people come over here to send money back to their family and stuff.
but there's a legal way to do that, and
Yeah.
that's not what's been happening. That's
Well,
the problem. There's a legal way to do that.
because for certain people, they got different classes of visa and stuff like that. If you come from, like a European country or something like that, or there's like the H1 visas and stuff. There's different levels, but
Yeah,
the
no,
lower level
yeah.
visas,
There's a
just for the everyday person, I mean, it could take like 20 years for that to be approved and stuff like that.
I mean, there's a legal process.
I know, but it takes 20 years though. Who's
I
gonna
mean,
go
it
through
don't take
20?
that long
Wait,
for everybody. I mean,
well, I mean, for the majority of people coming from like countries like Mexico or like some African countries and stuff like that that don't have I don't know how to say the word, but like that's not coming over here to work in like IT or something like that. It takes a long time, like 20, 25 years. To, you know, what I would propose is that, everybody that's here now do like Reagan did back in the 80s. This make them legal citizens, not the violent offenders, but if you did petty crime or something, make them legal citizens as well. Shut the border down and stuff like that, and then overhaul the immigration uh, process, which makes it quicker. No, they can make it quicker, like within like a week or something. That instead of waiting 20 years, that you could get approved, or you get a certain amount of time. I know there's like work visas and stuff like that and everything. But yeah, just have like maybe different types of visas and stuff, but just to be able to speed up the process. Why didn't he do that? Because it just seems like it's really this the evilness of him to do this mass deportation like this and just shut it down, just like he did the what is it called, the USA ID. The way that Elon or Doge went in there and just shut everything down and stuff, and having horrible consequences around the world. That's going to increase more immigration and migration to the U.S. because of all those, because the USA ID helped with a lot of programs that would help with like seeds and helping farmers and other lands and stuff to keep, so people want to stay in their land and stuff.
Yeah, I think they should go back 5 years. If you've been here over maybe 5 years,
Mhm.
then yeah. But like I said, anybody who
But you
came
didn't
through
have a
the Biden
problem with the last
administration,
5 years of the people that came in.
I think anybody who came through on the Biden administration, no, and that's not to include.
That's weird though. Like, why does it have to be by administration and stuff? People are people, no matter what. That just seems like really selfish just to do it for one. Like, is it because of the amount of people that came through or something?
Yeah. Because you have to have a cutoff point. First of all, you have to have a cutoff point.
Well, I think Ronald Reagan, he didn't do that, and he was like a horrible person, and he just made, if you're here, we're just gonna make you citizens. You're automatically citizens, and then we'll work on.
I could agree. Like I said, I could agree with something like that, but I would cut it off at 5 years. Because the Biden administration sent an open invitation, and all kind of people came over that border.
The way the amount of people they deported, I doubt that nobody would send an open invitation. I mean, they were pretty harsh on the border.
No, they was pretty much telling people to come on, and with this, like I said, they had to catch and release. They have to catch and release. And
why did he deport so many people then if he's just allowing people?
Yeah, because you had so many. They had so many people. Biden had more people to come at that. They had more encounters, like 10 million encounters. That don't mean they all got in, or some of them wasn't turned back around or deported. But they had like over 10 million encounters, more than any other president.
But isn't that a good thing though? Aren't we supposed to be a melting pot and everything and stuff? Isn't immigration makes the country like?
If you can't take care of them. If you can't take care of them, or they can't take care of themselves,
sure that isn't most of it. That's probably a small percentage of the amount of people that are undocumented here. I had a lot of numbers here and stuff, but like most people are really hardworking. They live with their family members and stuff. They're usually, and a lot, there's some amount of kids too that can't work, but yeah, they're hardworking. They're hardworking. Why would and they work the jobs that nobody else wants to work too, which is a problem. They need to be paying a fair wage for that too, for construction and, farming and stuff like that. They should be paid a fair wage for that.
Like I said,
it's not good to, put people in like, or force them to work in meat packing places and stuff like that, and pay them like, minimum amount of money, like probably below minimum wage and stuff. That, and then, like I said, they put all that money into our Social Security and Medicare and stuff that they'll never see that money back ever and stuff like that. So when you deport people, you're going to be losing that extra money that was going in there, which is it's horrible. Like they need to be legal so they can have their money to retire and stuff like that. But I mean, it's this.
No, I would agree. Like I said, I believe that some people who's been here for a while, they should be made citizens. But during that Biden administration, they did go back. You had 10 million people encountered. Now, like I said, how many all got in, and that's not including the over 2 million gotaways that they got away from the border security. You don't even know where they at or what they doing, who they are.
Well, I mean, but that's why if we lock the border down now, and then make it like a quicker process for people to come into the United States and stuff like that, then we shouldn't have a problem. Then that way you'll know who everybody is and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not what happened over the last 4 years. So you just can't say though. So I don't believe that 2 million gotaways just automatically be made citizens.
Why is that?
You don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what their purpose for being here. You had people from over 100 different countries jumped across that border.
100
You had
countries?
over 100 different countries that came across that border. You have known terrorists. People.
100 countries. That seems like a lot. I think there's only like 4 or 5 countries that the majority of people come from.
No, see,
Mexico. The amount they come from China and stuff, they're about stayed the same from China. And,
China about 25,000.
Yeah, but that's about the same.
But that's but then again, that's the ones they know about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know you don't know who those gotaways are. Like I said, you had over like 100, 150 people that was on an FBI terrorist list got encountered at the border. We don't know how many who actually got in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the border has to be shut down.
Yeah, no, I agree with you about shutting down the border and stuff, but they're here already and stuff like that. They should be made.
But you don't know who they are.
Like, I mean, like, all those people could be like really hardworking, people that are contributing to our society. We haven't had, we had a few incidents, but not, too many incidents. Actually, they said U.S. citizens commit more crime than undocumented,
It's more U.S. citizens. This home, of course, we crazy over here. we be criminals over here too. But that don't mean just
U.S. citizens. That,
but that don't mean
way more crime because if you're undocumented, you're probably trying to fly under the radar and stuff like that. Work, take care of your family and stuff like that, and not cause attention to yourself by committing crimes and everything. Because a lot of people come to this country for a better future.
Yeah, I'm willing to say most of them do.
Yeah,
I'm willing to say most of them, but there is a legal way to do it. And
that takes 25 years.
I mean, it's sad to say, but everybody can't come. It's sad to say, but everybody can't come. You can't take care of everybody. It's people around the corner that's starving right now, and you can't take care of them.
But I don't think they're starving because of the because of undocumented immigrants.
I'm just saying in general, you have people here in your own country that needs to be taken care of, and you're not taking care of them. So
I know, but that's a separate issue, though. Besides immigration, because they're not getting, they're not being taken care of, or their lack of being taken care of is not because of the undocumented immigrants that are in the country.
I mean, you can look at the residents from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And how they feel. They say, listen, you're literally giving these people our tax money without taking care of the things we've been asking you to take care of. You haven't taken care of our housing
problem, though. That's not an immigration, issue. That's corruption and stuff like that. And they don't, like I said, the government rarely, they rarely do stuff for, that I'm aware of, for impoverished, Black areas and stuff of cities all around the country.
But you can't. But now it's even worse because you all up in my face. Because now you in my face. Now you playing in my face. You said you're gonna give these people all this money, and you still haven't did what we did. We'll see you next election. That's what the people in Chicago are telling Mayor Brandon Adams. But
why would you vote for somebody that's gonna make like situations worse and stuff?
That's what they already done.
What the Democrats have?
They've already made it worse with their immigration policy. They've already made it worse
By people being there.
by illegal immigrants being there. I mean, we can try to play an emotional angle at it, and just like poor little people and but there's rules, there's laws for a reason, there's regulations for a reason, and when you step outside those laws and regulations, you're gonna hurt other people, and those people in Chicago and in New York, they feel hurt.
The immigrants are hurting them, or their politicians are hurting them, or is it
the policies?
The policies.
The policies.
Which policies?
When you shut down schools, when you have an overflow of illegal immigrants in Chicago, and you shut down schools that's already not doing too good, that already suffered shutdowns during the pandemic, you put those kids at a more disadvantage academically. You know,
where did the kids go that were in the school that they shut down?
They didn't go to school. They shut down the school.
So that seems like unreasonable, though. They shut down the
homeschool or something like that. Yeah, exactly. It's unreasonable.
But exactly. I doubt that a place would do that, though. That's horrible.
But they did it. They did it. That's what I'm saying. You can't believe it. But
you're telling me they shut down a school.
Yeah.
And
housed the immigrants.
And they just told the kids to go off and do what you want and stuff like that.
You won't be at school. Now I don't know how long they shut it down for, but they did it. And you won't be at school. You know, and then he turned around and tried to raise their property tax. Brandon Johnson won't be back.
No, yeah, but that's not
and Mayor Eric Adams in New York, he ready to work. He ready to work with the border czar. Because you know, like you guys got rhinos and stuff. I don't know how much of a Democrat he is and stuff. You know. He's a full-blooded Democrat.
I don't know. He's also a full-blooded
Democrat. Remember, you had Democrat lawmakers telling the illegal immigrants how to bypass the law.
But
you got lawmakers telling other people how to break the law.
I think he's got some other motivations and stuff. This besides being a Democrat and everything, and he had like a corruption charge or something too, or some kind of charge. You know, this way. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the charge was, but wasn't he like indicted or something like that?
Talking about Eric Adams.
Yeah.
He spoke against Biden. He spoke against Biden immigration policy, and they came down on him. Everything was good and dandy until he spoke against Biden immigration policy. Then all of a sudden, the FBI had a case against him. I'm pretty sure they could do all of them like that. I'm pretty sure they could do all of them like that when they want to.
Dang, sounds like a conspiracy.
Well, I mean, everything's a conspiracy when you look at it. You call anything a conspiracy. Trump tried to deport the illegal. I said it's a conspiracy. What are you doing for real? It's a conspiracy.
Oh no, he is. I mean, it's like they're trying to make a show of it and stuff. They got Dr. Phil out there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that.
You're making a spectacle.
You're making a mockery out of it. What Dr. Phil? He don't need to be out there with you arrested the immigrants.
Yeah, that was crazy and stuff.
You know, I think that was stupid. You know, I don't agree with everything they're doing. Like I said, I think the pendulum has just swung back, you know, so far the other way though. You know that you got to do what you got to do. You know, like I said, you got 2 million gotaways that you don't even know who they are, where they at.
Dang.
You know, that's dangerous. All it take is for one terrorist activity. It was one guy caught on camera. Talk about you don't know who he is, but you gonna know who he is soon. You know, but I don't want to be racist in them, but he was an Arab guy. You know, you had an Indian guy. I told you had an Indian guy with $40,000 in his pocket.
You said the Arab guy was a terrorist, or
no? He didn't say he was a terrorist, but he said you don't know about him, but you're gonna know about him soon. You know, that's a threat. I think that's a threat. You know, he could have been just talking trash to the. It was a journalist out there. He could have been talking trash to the camera. But is it worth it? Do we really want to find out? Was he just trash talking?
Well, you got a lot of domestic terrorists too. The U.S. seems to have a problem with domestic terrorists more than any kind of, international terrorists.
I mean, what's in your family is in your family.
Like, you know, incidents that horrible incidents at schools and stuff like that, and I mean, this has a long history of domestic terrorists causing
I
all
mean,
every
yeah, you
kind of
have.
mayhem in the U.S.
I
and
mean,
stuff. Like I said, most undocumented immigrants try to lay low, support their families and stuff, and work the jobs that most Americans don't want to do and stuff.
just because you
It's
have
crazy to be
domestic
putting
terrorism,
all this stuff
don't.
on them. They're saying they're terrorists and that they're doing all this crazy stuff and everything. When that's probably like really well, we see a very small, very tiny number of people, that undocumented people that are in this country that do that stuff.
Yeah, well, just because you have domestic terrorism, don't mean you open the door, invite foreign terrorism in. That's not a justification
But
for
we
that.
haven't seen
You
any, not any foreign,
have
terrorists.
we maybe we have, maybe we haven't.
Well, I mean, every case is investigated at whatever happens here and stuff, and the majority of the time, probably like 99% of the time, they're U.S. born people that are committing these heinous acts against American citizens of
Yeah, but
terrorism.
we lived through 9/11,
Yeah.
and we always hear the reports of sleeper cells.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying is, I don't want to find out. I don't want to open the borders and find out. Do you?
Oh no,
I
no,
want to find out.
I'm not talking about opening the borders, but I'm just saying, like we should close the borders, but we need to streamline. Vet the people. Do a huge, overhaul of the immigration process because 25 years is way too long. That's why you have people, sneaking into the country because it takes too long to do it the legal way. You know what I mean? If people just want an opportunity and they're escaping a lot of horrible stuff that's going on in their country and stuff like that. There's a lot of reasons people come here, especially like from African nations and stuff like that. There's a lot of I have a whole bunch of stuff on that, but yeah, there's a lot of like LGBTQ people that are facing persecution in different parts of Africa that come over here and around the world and stuff like that. And there's a whole bunch of and then another thing too, when they're rounding up the immigrants, they're really focusing on black immigrants and everything. They're more likely to get deported and sent back and stuff.
Well, right here it's
And disabled too. Disabled immigrants, LGBTQ plus immigrants, and black immigrants are when they're doing their what's it called, racial profiling and stuff like that. Those are the ones that seem to be caught up in black and brown people and stuff seem to be caught up in these sweeps disproportionately than people from other places.
Well, I think the country does have, like, I think they have a cap on how many immigrants can be become citizens a year, something like that. And right here it says it takes 12 to 18 months. But you have a cap. Mm. And that may be an issue for a lot of people. And
12 to 18 months for who? Not for people coming from like Mexico and certain parts of Africa and stuff.
It says support an
like if you're a dreamer or something, yes, probably, or if you can work in there.
N400.
Yeah.
Or if you can N400 application for naturalization. I'm pretty sure some people got special cases.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they can exploit your labor for working in like the IT field or something like that, or doctors or something like that.
But that's what they're doing to the illegal immigrants. They're exploiting their labor.
Well, yeah, I know that should be
them under the table.
They need to be paid, right. That's why I said if they were made legal citizens and stuff, they'd probably do, maybe different jobs or something. And everything, they should be paid a fair wage. I'm not, wanting people to work for small wages and stuff like that. I've had family members that, used to work in the fields and stuff beside people, immigrants and stuff like that. And they get paid hardly anything and stuff. So,
Yeah, you got people, like I said, you got people that's been here for a long time and earn a honest day work. So
it goes by like how long you've been illegally here and stuff that can prove yourself to.
No, I don't think that. No. I think this is referring to the actual legal process.
I know, but that's for somebody else. That's not, because like I said, it takes like 20 years. You wouldn't if that was the process. You wouldn't have people sneaking in here and stuff.
You have people sneaking in here.
Process for certain people. but not for the majority of people that come here.
No,
And so
no,
like
I
it
think
could take up to 20, 25 years.
I think the 20-25 years is probably more of a special case.
No, I believe that's
Because,
for majority of people.
because I know people from foreign countries who's become U.S. citizens, and it ain't taking them no 20-25 years.
Yeah, I know, but they probably come here on like educational visas or so,
No,
or work visas or something like that.
no, they just came over here and signed up and got their turn. They waited their turn
How long did they have
legally.
to wait?
They legally waited their turn.
So you're saying that somebody in Mexico that wants to come over here, they can what fill out some paperwork or
Yeah,
something,
fill out some paperwork. Yeah,
and it'll take 18 months.
I can't say for sure that it would take 18 months. I'm pretty sure it would vary. I think they also have like a lottery.
A lottery.
Like I said, they have a cap
But
on
if
how
you're
many.
but if you're escaping like political prosecution or something like that or persecution,
That's
and
asylum. Yeah, that's asylum
yeah,
seeker.
asylum seeker. Like I mean, there's a lot. You got cartels and stuff in Mexico. I hate to be focusing on Mexico so much, but and like I said, you have a lot of anti-LGBTQ people issues that are happening over in other countries and stuff like that. So a lot of those people have to flee their countries for their safeties, and like there's a lot of women's rights issues and their arranged marriages, and there's a whole bunch of like with the human trafficking and stuff like that a lot of people flee their country. They're coming here for safety and stuff like that and to build a new future and stuff like that. How are we if when we close the border, we're closing the border to people like that too, as well as the ones that want to come over here and be able to earn a proper wage and support their family and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like I said, there's a process for that. There's a proper.
But the process takes too long, though.
Yeah, there's a proper way.
There's no proper way right now because the immigration system is really screwed up.
Yeah, it's
And
really
stuff like
screwed
that.
up.
Yeah,
And one of the reasons screwed up though.
Yeah, well,
One
I
of the
mean,
reasons
instead of
screwed up
him
is illegal
focusing on
immigrants.
this crazy dehumanizing, shackling people and stuff, and then separating, parents from their little children and stuff like that, instead of doing all this evil and horrible stuff, it just seems like he could come up with a more humane and empathetic way of dealing with the people here and stuff like that. It seemed like it just because this is this horrible what he's doing and stuff like that. It just seemed like he could work on, or his administration could work on overhauling the immigration process and stuff like that, and making that a better, more secure way of knowing who exactly is coming in the country, making it a faster process. Like I said, it should be super quick, especially to people seeking asylum and stuff like that. Maybe they could have a special area that they could be, held at or something, they could stay at while they're waiting for the process to, play out and stuff like that. But it shouldn't take no more than like a few weeks or something like that, so they could check their information, verify who it is, and then make sure they know exactly who's coming in here and stuff like that. Then you wouldn't have a problem. I don't think you would have a problem at all and stuff, because people are like, oh, why am I going to skip the 2-week wait to come into the country and sneak and risk my life and everything sneaking into the country? Because it has to be really messed up if people are risking their life to sneak into this country and stuff like that, and all the stuff they have to go through and stuff. So it seemed like it would be just easier and stuff. Wouldn't that be a good way to fix things, or or are you worried about the amount of people that would be legally let into the country?
I think the country already has a cap. I don't know how they decide that cap, but they do have a cap where you let these many people come in. You just can't let everybody from around the world. That's not.
Why is that?
I mean, that's not
Wouldn't that
sustainable.
build a stronger country, though?
That's not sustainable. That's not even realistic.
Why, you just think everybody from other countries would be pouring into the U.S. and stuff like that?
I'm just saying that's not sustainable.
Why?
Because we have a problem taking care of our own citizens. It's not sustainable.
But it's not the immigration.
That's why they have a cap.
We have a problem taking care of our own citizens and stuff. And I mean, there's a lot of programs for homeless people and stuff like that too. But it's not immigrants' fault that we can't take care of homeless people and people that are have mental problems and drug substance abuse issues and stuff like that and stuff.
I think
That's
it's a
another
pipe
that's
dream.
another thing. The money should be available to take care of those people and stuff like that. That's not immigrate. That's not because oh we have an immigration problem. That's why we can't feed the homeless, which they do have food and stuff like that for a lot of
No, what I'm saying is there is a cap.
things.
I mean, it's a pipe dream to think, oh, we just open the door and let every hard worker from around the world come in and we just all hold hands and sing. That's not real. That's not
But
that's
this
not
country
real.
was built on immigration, though. Like
That's why,
a
but
majority
that's
of
why
people
they
here
have a
are
cap.
immigrants, though. Like if you go far enough back, you could your parents were immigrants or great grandparents were immigrants and
No,
stuff like that.
my
For
great
a
great
majority of people,
my great great grandparents were slaves.
yeah, we were brought here, against our will and stuff like that.
Yeah, we here against our will. Some of
But
us, but some of us already here. That's another story. But
okay, well, you'll have to come on next time or some other
yeah,
time
we talk about the other
to talk
story.
about that and stuff because I wasn't aware of that.
But I think
yeah,
it's a pipe dream. But I think it's a
a
pipe
pipe
dream
dream.
to say
But we are a
we just
country
let
like
people all over the country
we're on a
come
lane,
in.
like
Say
this.
what?
I just because I don't know. It just seems like a country of immigrants should be accepting of more immigrants and stuff.
Like I'm saying, they do have a cap, and they let people in. And when you reach the cap got to be it. I don't know how they decide the cap. I don't know.
But
But somebody came up years ago.
Mhm.
Is
Is that a cap from each country? You think, or
I think it's a cap overall. Like how many new citizens the country bring in.
well, I mean, you can work on a path to citizenship, but I don't think everybody has to just be a citizen. They could just come in and then you work towards that.
They got different programs.
Or they may just be here temporarily to work and then go back to wherever they came from too and stuff.
Now,
like work visas and stuff like
now
that.
remember,
That's an easier process, or in educational, visa.
now remember, the Trump administration had implemented the Stay in Mexico program. Remember that?
Mhm. Yeah, but then you're gonna be staying there for 25 years, though.
No, not really. No, not really. A lot of people stopped coming because they knew they didn't have a justifiable claim of asylum. They knew that they claim of asylum wasn't legit, so they just stopped. I'm not gonna go do that and wait in Mexico. Waiting in Mexico ain't the goal. The goal is get caught and released into the United States. That was the goal.
Yeah, I think it does have a limit on permanent immigrant visas. The U.S. does. It can grant each year, but there's no cap on certain categories of immigration.
Like what?
The refugees, H-2B visas, family-sponsored visas, diversity visas. Oh wait, no, those are the ones with caps, I think. The ones without are spouses, parents, and children under 21 of U.S. citizens, asylum seekers, temporary protective status, under other humanitarian protections, and a small category of green cards for particular situations of national interest and stuff like that. But yeah, the other ones, the diversity visas, the family-sponsored visas, the H-2B visas, and refugees sets an annual number of refugees they take in and stuff, and states grant up to, and then they can grant up to 675 million permanent immigrant visas each year. And stuff. Yeah, there's a cap.
I mean, the immigration problem is a bad situation, and you have America. Well, a lot of people see America, as a land of opportunity. So you got people who literally swim across the water trying to get to this place, So there is a factor where people want to be here, and that's probably why you have to have a cap, because if you didn't have a cap, should everybody be here? And that cap, like I said, I don't know exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's reasonable. You can't just have everybody from all over the world just be able to just walk on in, in 3 weeks, everybody just walk on in. Then you turn this country into a third world country. Resources are limited. Money is limited. You got corporate greed. You got housing out of control. You got food prices skyrocketing. I mean, it's as Americans,
Well,
we
they're probably going to get higher with all the undocumented immigrants leaving. It's probably going to make all those categories you just mentioned way worse.
now with the now
Or
now
not leaving, but getting
that's
forced
why
to
that's
push
why I
people
said
out of
you've been.
here against their
That's why I said
will.
you've been here for 5 years. Go ahead and make them people citizens, especially those who work in the agricultural industry. Make them citizens. Make them citizens that work in the agriculture.
But I mean, but why are you cutting it off at 5 years though? Because I'd hate to see anybody separated from their family and stuff. Like I said, as a parent and stuff, I couldn't imagine being forcibly separated from my kid where I would never see him again and stuff like that. That's especially if they're little. You know,
I mean, crossing the border is a crime. Crossing the border legally is a crime. And when you commit crime, you get separated. I mean, if I'm riding down the street with my kids and I decide to run to the store and rob it, and I get caught, they're going to separate me from my kids.
but I don't think that crossing the border for a better, it's not the same thing. For a better life is not the same thing as running in and committing.
But it is a crime.
Mhm.
So if you cross the border, you already a criminal.
Mhm.
You cross the border illegally, you already a criminal. Your first action in the country was a crime. Like I said, I'm willing to overlook some people. No, honestly, I would be willing to overlook some people.
I mean, I think like all of this, so you prevent people being separated from their small children and stuff like that. We should grant you know
But you knew that.
grant them citizenship to
But
people
you
that
knew
are
that was the
here
risk
already.
when you committed the crime. You knew that was the risk when you committed the crime.
But they wouldn't. It's they're it's way worse in their country that they were leaving. Their country.
Like Tom Homan say, they all can go back.
I know, but they're going back to like a really horrible situation though. Like it was way worse in their country. They're the stuff they probably went through in their own country. We would never know the horrible stuff that was happening over there and stuff. So you're gonna put them back into a horrible,
No. I wouldn't say that because most people asylum claims won't get passed. Most people won't qualify for asylum. Most people who seeking asylum, they won't qualify for asylum. That's why when they put the remain in Mexico policy in, they was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna go up there and remain in Mexico. I thought I was getting to the US.
They should have like a really good process that is fair, that it can evaluate that stuff and everything, and that way you can sort out the people who are not in immediate danger or anything like that. And
Yeah, it should be a way. But
yeah,
that's why shut the border down, and everybody who ran over in the last 4 or 5 years, send them back.
There you are with the 4 or 5 years because you're
sending
people that were escaping sex or human trafficking. You're sending them, you're sending them back. You're sending, you're separating kids from their parents. So I saw a video on, I think it was ABC News or something, like a little like 5-year-old girl saying they took my dad. They took my mom. She's crying and stuff. And she's like, I don't know if they're gonna come after me. I think they're trying to scrub that video from the internet and stuff like that. But
I'm pretty sure they're not trying to scrub that.
That's why I said to prevent
the internet. Trying to promote that. They're trying to promote that video on the internet.
Well, no, I don't. A lot of people said they're not seeing it on there and stuff like that. I wish I could have had a clip of it so I could have, showed you on here. But it was horrible to see that, and I don't want any parents separated from their kids and stuff like that. Or anybody to go back into situations that are like, slavery or forced marriages or something like that, or the human trafficking, working, grueling slave jobs and stuff, and slave labor jobs and stuff. People are escaping real stuff over there and stuff like that.
If you have a legitimate asylum claim, you come to a port of entry.
I know, but
to get the process, you come through the port of entry. If you're fleeing persecution, you don't jump across the border. You're illegal. You go to a port of entry. They jumping across the border because they don't have a real claim for asylum. That's why. That's why when they put the remain in Mexico,
we need to get a better process that can tell whose claim is real, and then and a lot of people that isn't real too in here and stuff. But just, really get that part under control instead of separating people from their family and putting people back into horrible situations and stuff. Because, like I said, these people have, contributed a lot to, America, a a lot, culturally and everything and stuff. And especially as Black people, me and you, and in our Black community, we should be especially paying attention to this and stuff for a couple of reasons and stuff. For one thing, during the 19th century, I think it was, yeah, during the 19th century, during slavery and stuff, that a lot of slaves had escaped into Mexico and stuff like that, to escape slavery. And then when the U.S. government was like demanded that, hey, bring them, we want our slaves back and stuff like that. Mexico said, heck no, hell no, we're not sending them back and stuff like that. They when they tried to, deport us and pull us back to the U.S. and stuff, Mexico said no. They stood up for us and stuff and stuff. They said no, they're over here and stuff. You had slave catchers and stuff that would go into Mexico and try to round up people and stuff. But yeah, Mexico, the Mexican people held strong and said no, they're over here now. You're not going back and stuff. So we should be really defending this and stuff instead of going, trying to be on the, on the mass deportation train wreck. Why are we, how do you feel about that? Oh, and another thing too is that the Trump administration has also, said that he would like to house people that are in prison over in like jails over in he's trying to deport American citizens basically and stuff like that, but he wants to put criminals in like El Salvador prisons and stuff like that and deport people. And unfortunately, because of the prison industrial complex and stuff like that, that a large amount of Black people are in prisons and everything, and the prison pipeline and stuff like that too. That and they really target Black people in their neighborhoods and everything and stuff like that. So there's a large amount of Black people that are incarcerated, and they want to deport the Black people and send them, Black American citizens, and send them over there. And he's trying to get rid of birthright citizenship too and stuff. So eventually, if we don't speak up now, that it will be targeting, us. Who's next on the deportation list, honestly? And I mean,
I don't agree with housing American prisoners in other foreign countries. I don't agree with that for the simple fact that they are American citizens and they have families who come and visit them.
Yeah, they come and visit
and stuff like that. So
I had family members that
I don't agree with that.
And you have to go. You could go for visitation time and stuff and everything. So yeah, and the prisons are brutal over there too, and they can pay them a less wage to house these people and stuff over in El Salvador and stuff like that. And then I saw some of the videos on the prisons over there. I mean, they like some of the prisons. There's just like a fortress that they just open the door. There's no guards in there and stuff like that. And the gangs are running the prison. They're in charge of everything. And they just open the door and they just send you in there and stuff. And there's a lot of people too that have been falsely in prison and stuff like that too. So imagine you get falsely in prison. Then you're sent over there and you're killed in some gang fight or something down in South America or somewhere, Central America. Then it's like, man, it's crazy. But yeah, especially with the visitation and stuff like that, because I'm sure kids want to see their parents and stuff, and
right.
family members that are in the prison and stuff like that. So he's starting with the undocumented immigrants, and then he's ramping up to do like this.
That's all conjecture and speculation. That's the next.
Well, no, I think he said it.
Next move.
I saw him say it.
You don't know that's the next move.
No, he said it. He actually said it on TV. It came out.
No. Oh, I know they're serious about housing U.S. prisoners in other countries.
Yeah, they'll save money.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, okay. Well, finally we agree on something.
Yeah, I don't agree with
that's wrong and stuff
US
like that. And you
countries.
see how you had that compassion for for people that are U.S. citizens and stuff. I said we need to have that same compassion for our undocumented people that are here too and stuff, because they're human just like us and stuff, and they have lives and everything. And I know, like, what is it, 60 or was it 50% or 60% of the people are in favor of deportation in the U.S. and stuff. So I know this probably isn't going to be a popular video.
Yeah, that was yeah.
But I think when I looked up
Donald Trump got a mandate from the U.S. citizens.
But yeah, when I looked up that stat, I think they said they were in favor of deporting violent criminals and stuff like that, not or violent undocumented, workers or undocumented
violent criminals. I can't call the numbers.
Violent, not all citizens. Because I saw some videos on I forget what it was, but people like they rounded up like a guy that had an ice cream shop or something there for like 25 years or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, why did you take him?" and stuff like that. We didn't know our vote would cause this to happen and stuff.
I don't agree with taking him.
Crazy,
I think he should have a pathway to citizenship.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, but just to save the torment on the little kids and stuff, and to put these families into more horrible situations. Like I said, if you're here, you should be made citizens. Just like the horrible Ronald Reagan, which was like a cold-hearted, horrible person. Ronald Reagan was like, he ignored the AIDS crisis that was affecting gay men and stuff like that. He was a horrible person. But even that horrible, cold-hearted person made the undocumented citizens or immigrants legal citizens back in the 80s. It probably wasn't as many as there is now, but he was able to do it. If his evil self was able to do it, I'm sure this administration should be able to do it as well and stuff, and just do a fresh start, close the border, and then reform the immigration system to make it faster for people to come into the U.S.
But why didn't Biden do that? Why didn't Obama do that? I mean, Reagan did it. Why didn't they do that?
Good question. I know there's a lot with politics and stuff. There's a lot of,
a lot of them like to run on the issue. A lot of them like to run on the issue. They gonna solve the issue because they want to run on it.
I mean, a lot of stuff, like you said, even with Chicago and our urban areas and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that could be improved and stuff, and even with LGBTQ rights and stuff that are being stripped away right now and stuff like that. I'm sure that I was hoping that Democrats could do something about that, but they've been quiet on that too. Not all of them, but most of them have been quiet on that issue too and stuff. Politics is, I don't know, it's something else. It's very complicated, but it has effects on people's lives and stuff. Really has especially this administration and stuff. They're doing horrible stuff right now and stuff, against all different groups of people and stuff. And that's why I said, if us as Black people, if we don't speak up now, what I mean, and for all these minority groups, we're going to be on the chopping block. We probably already are because of all the DEI stuff and everything that he's doing as well and stuff like that. It affects, and then like I said with the immigrants, it's like a lot. They go after the brown and Black immigrants first. Those are the ones that are being swept up in all these raids and stuff like that. There isn't anybody from Sweden or anything that's over here illegally. They're not. They can just walk by. They can walk by when they got stuff. They're grabbing somebody, slamming into the ground and stuff, and shackling their feet and stuff. Sweden. Somebody from Sweden or Norway or something, they just walk by whistling and stuff and look like.
You see Ukraine got shut down.
Huh?
You see Ukraine got shut down.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they probably have a bunch of refugees from Ukraine coming over. Trump said, shutting them down. Good, keep them Nazis over there.
Nazis? No, I think that was misinformation and stuff like that.
Keep them Nazis over there.
I don't believe that. They're not the Nazis. I don't know where you get your news from, but no, that's not.
Anyway, when you come over in the country illegally.
I hate that word, illegal. That's not a way to talk about a person. That's like, no person's illegal. If I was to really speak my real mind, I would be like that John Lennon song, Imagine and stuff like that, with no borders and stuff like that. But I know we need borders right now because of the situation in the world and stuff like that.
You need borders. You need borders because if you don't have a border, you don't have a country. If you don't have if you don't have a border law, if you don't enforce the border law, then it's gonna cause chaos. Like I said, everybody can't just flood in the country from over the world. That's a pipe dream. That's not it's not reality.
I mean, but people that are escaping horrible stuff should be allowed here.
There's a process
like
for
people that aren't escaping horrible
situations.
There's
a process for that.
And it takes forever. It should be overhauled.
No. Like, I think asylum seekers are streamlined through pretty fast. Mm-hmm. Actual asylum seekers.
Did he shut the border to them too? I hope not.
Everybody is not asylum seekers. That was just the excuse that they were telling.
just for the regular people that just want to come over and make a or be with family
Yeah,
or
everybody will come over and claim asylum seeker, but they really didn't meet the requirements. They just wanted to get in the country
to be with their family and
I
stuff.
mean, we have to be honest that we got
And
people out here that lies. We got people out here who desperate enough to do and say what
but
they
well,
got to
maybe they
do.
should raise the cap on those people that are allowed to enter the country too, as well.
Yeah. Well, I think we agree to the whole immigration situation needs to be it need to overhaul.
Yeah, it need a huge
They need
overhaul.
to
I don't
review
think
it.
this is the administration to do it, because they're so vile and stuff, and the way they're attacking rights of all these marginalized people and stuff like that. I mean, it's just going. They're just going down the list, ticking off groups of people. You know what I mean? They're checking the list. They're going after women and LGBTQ people and black people. They're going after like everyone. And right now really going hard on the undocumented immigrants and everything and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
need to.
I mean, like I said, anybody who came over during the Biden administration should be sent back. That's just
Why is it about the Biden administration? That's just you keep bringing that up. That's just
I keep saying that.
How can you separate families by administrations and stuff like that? These
I keep
people
saying that because the Biden administration basically opened the door, laid out a red carpet. Then they even had an app. They had an app that you can download on your phone.
Well, that was for asylum seekers, wasn't it? That app
to make it up. People weren't asylum seekers. They just what part did you understand that
they're here now though? But they're here now. They're contributing to the society. The majority of them are and stuff like that. And like I said, they're rounding up the black and brown people. You know what I mean? Like they're racially profiling, grabbing these people, shackling them. Got Dr. Phil out there and stuff. This is. It's crazy. It's chaos. This is horrible. Like you put yourself in their place. I mean, could you imagine? I couldn't imagine having to leave my kid and
I could put myself in their place.
And be sent back to a horrible situation.
But as a grown man, I could put myself in their place. If I knew I came over illegally, it's a good chance they're gonna catch me and send me back. As a grown man, I understand that. You see, I can't cry about it now. I can't cry about it once I get
You'd be
caught.
separated from your kids and stuff? How would you
As a grown man, if I knew I crossed that border illegally, I know it's a good chance they catch me, send me back, and send me from my kids. I know that.
And you would come back into the country to be with your kids, though, too, wouldn't you? You'd find any kind of way to get back, wouldn't you?
Illegally?
Well, you're going to wait 25 years to get back to your kids?
If I don't sneak in the first time, I'm pretty sure I can get in way before 25 years.
Oh, no, it takes a long time.
I think 25 years is an extreme. Probably.
I think they said that was the average for people that wasn't seeking asylum, especially from Mexico.
Was it the N400? The N400 application? Yeah, naturalized citizenship? They say 12 to 18 months.
But no, that's because you'd have more people here that was, maybe it's the cap or something. But
no, they have a cap. No, they have a cap. And once that cap is reached, people say, I'm going anyway. People say, I'm going anyway, And I can't blame people for trying to get a better life. But at the end of the day, you have laws, and those laws have to be enforced. And you can't say someone is a bad guy because they're enforcing laws that somebody broke. As adults, we all know
these laws are unjust, though. These immigration laws are very unjust, and the immigration system is broken. The border is broken. All this stuff.
I mean, they say the laws are unjust because the law could be no immigrants ever. That could be the law. No immigrants for whatever. So I wouldn't say the law is unjust. What's unjust is when you have lawmakers telling people how to break the law. Somebody to be under investigation for that.
I don't think they
investigate somebody for that. How you got lawmakers telling people how to break the law? Somebody should be under investigation.
Yeah, see here they say to become a U.S. citizen from Mexico, you must generally be lawfully permanent resident for at least 5 years. I don't know. I have to link the document with that stat I heard, but I heard it takes a long time because obviously you can see it because people wouldn't be sneaking in if it only took that long to get in here and stuff like that. I think it's just, or maybe it's just so many people that they're so backlogged or something like that.
Yeah,
It takes
it's
20,
a, it's a
25
it's a
years.
lot of people.
Yeah, because I think they said, yeah, I think that's what it was, because I think they're just now approving people from like 2000 and 2001 that applied
But
and
then you
stuff.
got to think about it. Think about all the people who did the right way and still waiting. Then you got somebody who jumped over the border and just fast tracked them. That's not fair. That's not fair to them.
I
I
mean,
know Hispanic
you're
people who
separating
don't like people
family
who do
stuff.
that.
I mean, that's the thing with the student. That's like your premise is like for people paying off. Like I already paid my student loans off. Why do I? They get theirs paid off and stuff like that. That's not good.
No, no.
Right, man, just because.
But you're proposing to let everybody who here become citizens. But what
Yeah,
about the
because
people
they
that's
have
already in
family
line the
here,
right
they
way?
have jobs here, they have lives here. They're interwoven into the fabric of
You ain't
America.
create no
You know
life
what I
that
mean?
you ain't create no life like that in 4 years.
You
Going back.
can. I mean, people have kids and stuff. You know how many
Go
people have
back.
kids and stuff.
Go
You
back.
know, you can have like somebody can have like 5 or 6 kids out here and stuff. And everything.
And
They
I
gotta
think,
leave their little babies and stuff over
like I
here.
said, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is when we think of illegal immigrants, we think Mexicans.
Well, no, there's a whole bunch, but I mean that's a
But Mexicans make
large
up
amount.
like only
A large
30%.
amount come from Mexico. I was looking up the numbers earlier. I did all
Yeah,
this
Mexico make
research
like
this morning.
30%.
Yeah, I think it was like 40 million or so. It was a lot. There's a lot of people and
But
stuff.
they
It
make
was
up
huge
Mexicans
numbers
make
and
like
stuff.
30% of the people who come across the border illegally. Which is understandable because they're right there.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
then you have other
understandable. But what I'm saying is you got people
Central
who
American
fly
countries.
into South America or who fly into America and they come across the border illegally.
Mhm.
Me personally,
They're
I ain't got no
escaping
problem with no
horrible
Mexicans,
stuff.
honestly.
They're escaping horrible stuff. They need to streamline this process.
Not everybody. Not
Mhm.
everybody. They sneaking over the border because they don't meet the requirements.
The requirements.
They don't meet the requirements for asylum. That's why they're sneaking over the border. Because if you met the requirements, you just go to a legal port of entry and make your case. The fact that you stuck over the border let me know you don't meet the requirements. That's why when they had the remain in Mexico policy, a lot of them was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't come over here to stay in Mexico. I thought I was going into the States. So when they implemented that policy, that caused a lot of people to stop even trying because they knew they didn't meet the requirements of asylum.
I don't know. I just feel like this administration is going about this all the wrong way, and then especially with dismantling that USA ID thing, which has a lot of programs all over the world to keep people in their country and stuff like that by helping their country out and providing food and a whole bunch of aid and stuff around the world and stuff like that. Now that they got rid of that and stuff, all that help that was provided, there's going to be a ton of people that are really going to be trying to get over here now.
No, matter of fact, I think they reinstated some of that aid. They reinstated some of that aid.
Oh yeah, they should, because they're just shutting stuff off. And
yeah, when you have, like I said, when that pendulum swing one way so far, it's gonna come back just as far.
But
The federal government.
Why are we doing a pendulum with people's lives though? That's crazy. Like there's a whole bunch of people that are afraid and scared in this country right now.
Wait a minute. First of all, the United States of America don't owe those people anything. The United States of America don't owe those people anything.
I mean, they're doing this to American citizens too. I mean, like they're doing horrible stuff to undocumented people, but they're also doing crazy stuff to American citizens as well and stuff like that. This is just a crazy
I don't see anything
the start of something that we should be concerned about. Aren't you concerned just a little bit, like with all this stuff? Like you said, they shouldn't be taking prisoners and putting in other countries. Like this administration is doing whatever they please and stuff like that. This is horrible. Like whatever their will is. I don't know what I don't know if it's like what's it called, evangelical Christian way of doing things or something, but I don't know what it is. Like they're doing some kind of, I don't know. It's not normal that you're going after all these people. And like, I mean, it all comes down to Project 2025. They have like that checklist, which is Project 2025, and they're just checking off people. Like I said, women's rights and the reproductive freedom and stuff for women and other people that can get pregnant. They're going after Black people. I think is on the list. The LGBTQ community or plus community. They're going after us. They're going after all these people and stuff like that. It's just like huge checklist, and I think the undocumented immigrants are just the start of it and stuff. Do you feel at some point that you may be affected by all the stuff that's happening? You know, they're attacking DEI. They're doing a lot of
I
stuff,
hope
and I think they're going to do stuff with
I hope
crime too and stuff for people and everything.
I hope I am affected in a positive way.
Positive way?
Because I'm a
In
U.S.
this stuff?
citizen.
Huh?
I'm a U.S. citizen. I hope I am. I'm a taxpayer citizen. I
Uh-huh.
work every day. I raise my children. I hope I am affected in a positive way. You know,
So
I mean,
do you think all this project, you think there's in Project 2025, you know, you probably haven't read it and I haven't either. I just did like an overview of it and stuff.
I
Do
don't think.
you think there's stuff in Project 2025 that will benefit you?
Yes, there's
How
stuff that
so?
benefit everybody. I mean, I haven't read all of it, but I'm pretty sure. But Donald Trump is implementing Agenda 47.
No. Actually, he's doing Project 2025. I don't know if you've been watching the news, but he's doing it like step by step at the moment.
There may be some things that
Oh,
overlap.
it's step by step. He's like everything he's doing
There
is
may
right
be
in
some
there.
things that overlap Project 2025.
Uh,
And the biggest thing is to minimize that federal government because it becomes an international crime syndicate. The
What?
federal government is corrupt. And sometimes you got to shut it down.
Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to root out corruption. I mean, everything is corrupt. Even
So
you know,
wait.
the local church is corrupt or whatever. You know, it's like everywhere. If you got a big enough organization, it's going to be, you know, it's going to have a little corruption.
Do you
in it and
believe?
stuff like that.
So do you believe that
How are you
corruption
gonna
is so
find the
hard that we
corruption?
shouldn't try?
What's that?
So
But
do you
not by
believe?
shutting everything down and stuff. What was the way you're going about this and stuff is like a lot of people depend on these.
I mean, look, like you just said, they shut down the U.S. aid. They
Yeah.
shut down.
And
They
babies went starving in Africa and stuff like that. I saw it on the news on
Yeah, they reviewed it.
Yeah, there was babies starving and stuff. There's infants that were dying and stuff like that. Like every consequence he makes have real life repercussions on real people and stuff.
So
like
you
that.
okay with the corruption?
I mean, this is I'm everything has corruption in it. I'm
So
not okay with
we
the
can try to get
corruption,
rid of corruption.
but this is not the way that you tackle corruption. The way he's going about doing
How do you tackle corruption
like
then?
a bulldozer, just running over everything and stuff. Like a lot of people depend on these programs and stuff that the government provides and stuff like that.
And once it go under review, they resume it.
Away too is wrong, you know.
What we've seen so far, they shut it down. It goes under review, and if it's necessary, they resume it. We've seen that. I mean, like they was telling that big lie. Oh, you won't get your food stamps and your free lunch. That was a lie. That was never. That was never.
When he did shut that down, it did cause issues with the Medicaid system and
No,
stuff like that. And
no.
stuff.
People made it an issue.
Or whatever from Illinois.
Just like they were saying, if you pay child support, you can file the taxes on your kids.
Well, I mean, it was rumored, but this was different from hearsay from this people. This was I think his name's Governor Pritzker from Illinois. He went on there and said the Medicare system or something was shut down. And it was like,
so corrupt politicians. You do know the corrupt politicians lie, right?
But I mean, it was like a real thing, though. Why would he go on a press conference?
Politicians lie.
I went in the press. I saw that press conference.
What they do.
Oh my goodness, this is affecting a lot of people and stuff like that. I mean, this guy is. I'm gonna have to look into more of this stuff, but it's like it's horrible. All this stuff.
The United States of America don't owe any of these countries anything, and you better believe the countries they do help, they're not just helping out the kindness of their heart. They got something in mind that they want in return, whether it's to overthrow a government, to set up a military base, get some kind of intelligence agency involved. So
you're saying this, it's that's why I said it's not good to have a open board like like this. This is like the song, Imagine song, by John Lennon. At this point, it'd be good to work towards that, to where there's no borders and stuff. But at this point, there's a lot of stuff going on in this. Like there's I don't know. It's crazy time.
Yeah, America got a target on his back. That's why you can't have an open border.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, like I said, if you pull out this stuff and you huddle over in the corner, and America's over there by itself and everything, there's a lot of countries that are getting upset at America right now. A lot of people around the world and stuff. They've been from Africa and all over the place, the United Kingdom and stuff, and they're really turning on America because of all the stuff that this administration has done and stuff. They think they're crazy over here and stuff.
But I think it's a noble thing to try to weed out the corruption. And if you have the pause,
not to go about it this way, it seemed like it would be an easier way to go about.
How would you go about it? How would you go about it?
I'm not in government, you know. They're just like the one lady said, I'm not a biologist or
I
whatever.
don't. I don't think you
I'm
have
not
to
in
be
the
in
government,
government. I think
so
it's a
I'm
common
not
sense
sure.
thing.
Mm,
I think it's a common sense thing. If I get my paycheck every week and I look up and I'm in the red or I can't pay my bills, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review my spending. What am I spending my money on?
but it
And
isn't.
then once I see the necessary things, okay, I got to pay rent. So boom, you pay rent. Oh, we got to eat. So boom, what else am I doing? Where my money going?
I mean, you're just making it black and white and stuff. There's like, you know, this government's huge and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and I mean, I would like them to go and get the corruption out of there and stuff like that. But it's like not to just get rid of a whole organization like this. This is just weird, you know. Like a
They're
lot
not
of people
getting
are
rid of a
losing
whole
jobs. You got to think of
organization.
people's jobs and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on here and stuff. And then who decides what is corruption and what's not corruption too? Because a lot of these programs are really, really important and stuff.
But part of the plan is to reduce the federal government to small as it can be. So a lot of the federal government is going to get axed because, like I said, it's become an
I mean, you're
international
going
crime
after the
syndicate.
Department of Education and stuff. These are really important departments that we have in the federal government and stuff. Why are they
Not really, because they haven't did anything. All they do is siphon money. All they do is siphon money.
It's the Department of Education.
It siphons money. Oh, what I'm saying is this: the necessary thing, the good things that these programs provide, they'll be repackaged another way. The money laundering will end. That's the point. The point is to end the money laundering.
But just like wiping out government organizations and stuff like that. I mean, like the Department of Education is like really, really important, though. You know, he said he likes the uneducated population, you know, and stuff.
I'm not focused on what Donald Trump. I'm not focused on Donald Trump. I'm just focused on.
You want that government destroyed, huh?
I'm focused on the reality of what's happening.
Well, yeah, it's horrible what's happening, and I don't think you see like the.
So, do you think you should continue to give millions, if not billions, of dollars to a department that's not performing that the whole purpose of its creation? But
how yet, are they not performing?
But yet you. But
how
yet
are they not performing? You just said yet
you flushing taxpayer money down the toilet.
I mean, everything should be overhauled, but you don't just bulldoze it over. You try to go in there and fix it. You don't just bulldoze and stuff.
That's
over.
how
I mean, they're doing good. They're probably doing good stuff and they're doing bad stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to, you know, or not bad stuff. You know, they're doing, you know, good and bad. So
they're doing bad stuff.
Yeah. You don't just
they're doing bad stuff
over. That's going to have consequences on all the kids and children. Just like you talk about the kids in Chicago and stuff. They kicked them out of the school if that happened. You know, this is you're talking about getting rid of the Department of Education. How's that going to affect like the teachers and all?
It's ineffective. It's ineffective. In fact, American education has gotten worse since the creation of the Department of Education.
Go to school now and stuff like that. I mean, it's like it's horrible.
Wait. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. You look at the program, you take the positives, and you reroute those positives to keep them in effect. You take the negatives and you trash it. Even if you have to send it back to the state.
So is that your idea of them getting rid of the Department of Education, is doing that? Like a rework of things? Or are you talking about this completely?
If you have to create a whole different department. But like I said, this is what happens when the pendulum swings so far one way.
It has. I agree. It has swung one way. But I realize this is seem like this is a very dangerous way that it has swung this time and stuff.
I mean, we at where we at. You have to do something.
You have
to do something. You can't continue the status quo, and that's why Donald Trump won the electoral vote. He won the popular vote. He won the House and the Senate.
Not by a lot, though.
He got a man.
There's about half the. Well, most people don't even vote. So for us that do vote, it was almost pretty even. I mean, it was like about like 1 million and something off or something like that. It was pretty close.
It was enough. It was enough. He won the popular vote and he won the electoral vote. Won the House.
A lot of people wish they could change their vote now when they see all that crazy stuff that he's doing. You know, when he's deporting, the way that he's deporting people with the shackles and stuff, the way he's, deporting people that own businesses and stuff, or that run businesses in the neighborhood and stuff like that, that's been fixtures in the neighborhood for 20, 25 years and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
A lot of
I
people,
don't
yeah, a
agree
lot
with
of
that.
people are saying, "Oh, I made a horrible, horrible mistake" and stuff like that. People's even that what's her name? That that anti-trans person, Riley Gaines. Even her fiance can't enter the country now and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of people that are
They
having
find a way.
a, find a
They
way,
find a way.
find a legal way to get in
Find
there.
a legal way.
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't
because
care
there's a
about
lot.
Riley Gates' fiance.
Uh,
I don't know Riley Gates' fiance.
I know, but I mean, like,
Find a legal way.
should we care about all these people and stuff? And like, I mean, this
You
person is
can't
like
take
just
care
taking
of
a bulldozer
everybody.
and running over everything and stuff like that. And eventually, it's going to affect affect us and affect the viewers and stuff like that. They're just going through each group of person. Like it's almost like seeing like if you're not a billionaire or anything, like it's like us versus them and stuff like that. And
The Trump administration got 4 years.
and look what they are. They're already off to a
Yeah,
crazy start.
they hit the
You
ground
know,
running because they
like,
time
will we
destroying.
even have
No,
a
they hit
government
the
left
ground
in 4
running.
years? Like I hate to see like in 4 years, will we even have a government left? I mean, like
We'll
what?
see. I mean,
And
we'll
another
see.
thing is
Joe
like
Biden
shutting
got
down.
in. Joe Biden got in. We'll see. Trump got in the
I know,
first
but like
time. We'll
there's
see.
even he's
Clinton
pulling
got
us
in.
on like
Obama got in.
organization.
We'll see.
But I mean, he was in here before, and it was horrible. The last 4 years he was in here and stuff. That's why people voted. Like I think people have the memory of a goldfish or something. But that's why he got voted out last time when he ran and stuff
Now, I
like
don't
that.
think he got voted out last time. I
He
think you
did
suffer.
because of how horrible a job he did. If
I
you didn't
think
approval rating
you
now is
suffering the
low.
consequences of what happened in 2020 right now. Because Donald Trump could really he could be out the White House right now if they did what they did in 2020. He could be out the White House right now, but they did what they did in 2020.
They
I
did
just
what
leave
they
that
did.
at that.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I think it was a
I'll leave it at that.
fair election. But but yeah, no, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just it's crazy times and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
we need to
all we can do is
care
watch.
for one another and stuff like that. We need to care for one another and everything. Look out for our families and stuff, and not be putting all this like hate and animosity out into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's just like where has the compassion went? You ask somebody about like, oh, isn't it unfortunate that they're deporting all these people and taking them away from their family, and they're like, oh, good, they're illegal, they don't need to be here and stuff. And I mean, that's just a horrible response. I mean, like, there's no humanity left and stuff,
I
and with
mean,
people.
you can pull on people's heartstrings, but at the end of the day, business is business. You can't have a
But I
country.
mean, this country's not a business though.
You can't take care of country. You can't have a country if you don't take care of your business. If you don't uphold your law, because I feel sorry for so and so. You got people who did crimes and sitting in jail, separated from their families.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but I mean,
but
eventually their family can still visit them and stuff, and they can see them and stuff like that and everything. And some
you can go back to Mexico and see
you
your
got some people
family.
there for life and stuff. But I mean, like, just because you're undocumented doesn't mean you have like you still have rights. Even if I go to like Ohio or something, I'll be even though I'm not a citizen of Ohio, I still have to follow their laws, their specific laws that they have in Ohio.
But you're a citizen of the United States of America. I bet you can't go to Saudi Arabia.
Well, no, I definitely can't go to Saudi Arabia. But maybe you can go to Saudi Arabia, and stuff. But
you go to Iran. Can you go to Iran?
I'm on a travel ban. Well, actually, I wouldn't even know what country I could go to because Trump removed the transgender from the travel advisory from the United States government and stuff. Like we don't even exist or something like that.
I don't know where you get your news from, but I don't think that happened.
No, it did happen. See, you're in the dark on a lot of this stuff, the evil stuff that he's doing. Yeah, he did do that. There's no T. It says LGB on the government website and stuff. So if I'm trying to go on the government website, maybe my family's planning a trip to Saudi Arabia or something like that, and I go to look on the government website to look at the travel advisory for the different areas and stuff for LGBT people or LGBT people, and I say, oh, the T's missing. Dang, maybe I can go to Saudi Arabia or something like that.
Guess what happened?
Crazy. Guess what happened? Horrible. He's trying to eradicate a whole group of people. It's kind of weird.
4 more years, vote him out.
I hate to see what
happens
anyway,
in 4 more years.
I hate to see what happens in 4 more years because he's already started off like this. This came out, we got horrible plane crashes and stuff right now. It's so much chaos going on in this country since this dude person.
It's gonna get crazy.
Took
it's gonna get crazier. Watch. The deep
Crazier?
state is in an all-out panic. It's going to get crazier.
Deep state? What are you talking
He
about?
cutting off their money.
What money? Well,
He
I mean, they
cutting
need to
off their
take
money.
money out of politics, but I mean, this
You don't
is
mess with a man's money.
so they're causing all this. The people that it's not him by all his actions that he's doing is not causing all this. You know, because he's doing a lot of like I said, like I know with the Black in America thing that I said to come back in a year and see what happens and stuff like that. And but year, like
that's
if
all
he's
we
off
can
to
do.
this start,
That's all we can do is just wait and see.
But I mean, but it's hard for
when the
people that care
election
about
come
people.
up, vote them out.
For us people that care about our fellow humans and stuff like that, it's hard for us. I don't see how people like you almost have to have a not you personally, but like a person to do all this evil stuff has to have like such a cold-hearted type of like I don't see how somebody could be like that, because I care for all people and stuff like that. This is really bad. Like I feel like we're in the beginning of something that I don't know. Like it feels like history is repeating itself, and I wish people would think critically and just really look into this stuff that he's doing and everything, and not just get your news from one source. I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
And kind of look into stuff, I know I was looking in stuff, for counter arguments and everything, and I didn't realize about what all the different stuff that was happening at the border and different things and stuff. So, but it is crazy and stuff. But we should just really have compassion for our fellow people on this, on this earth. That's why I was hoping it would be like, no borders and stuff. And then I also like his part about religion in that song too, about there's no religions and stuff too and everything. Cause it's like, seem like there's so much like division that causes each other to, that cause us to fight each other and stuff in this world.
But you got border laws. I mean, yeah, we would love to take care of humanity, but reality is reality. You got border laws. You have to follow the law. The citizen path to citizenship can be reformed.
But I think as long as that border laws are so unjust and stuff like that, I think you still have people,
But what makes it unjust? What
undocumented and stuff.
So do you feel that China border laws are unjust?
I don't live in China. I'm not sure what their border.
Do you believe Mexico or Canada? Do you think Russia or Uganda or Germany or Uzbekistan? Do you think their border laws are unjust?
Well, I mean, I don't know how things are ran over. I mean, I'd like to learn about all the different stuff over there.
I bet you can't just run over there and become a citizen.
I mean, like I know some parts of the governments are corrupt in certain areas and stuff. I know in some parts of Africa you could bribe your way.
The United States government is corrupt as hell.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of corruption. I know
you know, most corrupt in the world. You ask me.
Around the world and everything and stuff. I mean, it's I don't know. I know it's kind of getting long. It's a complex issue and stuff. And like I said, I'm just, a regular person, a regular citizen. I know you are too, just a regular citizen out here and stuff. And it's horrible. I mean, I would just ask that people, just like that bishop and stuff, to have compassion for these people. Like, you remember that bishop that was what's her name? That the bishop that was on TV that when Trump was at that at church and stuff, and she told him to have.
I don't know how true it is, but they say she been getting money too.
What? That sounds like another conspiracy theory, but she.
I don't know how true it is. Don't put me on it.
I'm not a religious person, but I mean that was a good message that she said.
Them some of the most corrupt people in the world.
Religious people?
Yes.
Some of these, some of these mega churches and stuff, they're preaching the prosperity gospel and stuff like that and everything. But I mean, even though I'm not religious and stuff, I think it does have its place. Religion has its place and stuff, and it's good to have since I'm not religious, I don't know much, but it's good to have that spiritual connection and stuff like that. I just wish people wouldn't force their beliefs on other people, and they try to, like as the current administration is doing, looks like they're trying to put their, I don't know what Christian will on everybody and stuff, and forcing people to live a certain way and stuff like that, and they're doing it with laws and different stuff like that. So that's my only gripe with religion, and that's one big reason why I'm not religious and stuff. I'm going to be having another guest on to talk about religion, hopefully next week if I can get a hold of him and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the border is complicated. But I just wish, just like that bishop, I'm gonna have to put her name across the screen or something when I re-upload this video. But it's like we need to be like her. She's like a good example, like of how we should be and have compassion for these people, have mercy on these people and stuff that are being affected by this current administration. Which I think at, at the end of the I hate to predict this, but like 2 years in, of this administration, we're probably all going to be affected by this administration and stuff. We can't wait to vote in the midterms for a Democrat or for somebody else that will take this oppression off of us and stuff like that. Because I think us LGBTQ people plus and undocumented immigrants and we're just the beginning right now. They're going to start with us. But then they're gonna get everybody else this time. You'll probably be on the podcast. You're like, oh, I was so wrong. I need to. You were right about everything.
Hey,
we gotta
know.
have a blue wave.
I'll own up to it. You never know. I'll own up to it. I gotta be in China hard. Come get me.
Yeah, I'm like, you in trouble. We gotta have a blue wave. We need this. It's horrible. But did you see what he did down the street? Oh, this is horrible and stuff. So. I don't know. I would hope that he doesn't do that, but I don't want to make any predictions and stuff. But just looking at what he's done so far, and it has been like less than 15 days or something. Like, oh no, it's about
3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. Yeah. And you see all the horrible destruction and crazy policies that he's doing and making people in fear. Like all these. Like I know the trans people are. That are. They're lacking resources and stuff, and are scared right now because of all the stuff that he's doing towards us and stuff like that. I mean, it's just it's crazy. I mean, so a lot of us don't have the money to just leave the country and stuff and go to like Canada or somewhere safer.
Nobody going nowhere.
Actually, I think New Zealand.
Ain't nobody going nowhere. You got people swimming up in water trying to get here. Ain't nobody leaving.
Well, I know, but I mean, when
you rich, you might go to South France
like this. I mean, you're cutting off access to medicine and stuff. I mean, it's so much going. Then you're going after like the undocumented people and. It's just going to be, and I think Project 2025 too called for a nationwide abortion ban too. So they're probably going to be trying to sneak that in there too as well. I hope they don't, but they're probably going to try to do that too. I mean, there's a whole list, especially. I can't believe that you're not affected. Worried about the DEI incidents. That was one thing. I know we're about to end the stream in a second, but I know the DEI stuff that really got me like, and when I saw the companies that donated money to the Project 2025, I'll never shop at those businesses ever again. And I mean, there was a lot of good places on there. I mean, it was like Wendy's, Arby's. I know, but I mean, it's just like it's horrible because the Project 2025 is so bad. You know what I mean? That it's like there's no way I could ever, in good conscience, shop at any of those places. I mean, it's just horrible. I mean, if you donated money to the Trump administration at this point,
did Meyer donate money to him?
Myers, I know they're Republican probably, but they do have senators and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, Myers is a big chain for anybody that's not familiar in the Midwest here. They're kind of like Walmart. It's like a super, they're all over Detroit and Wisconsin and Indiana and stuff. So a lot of people might not know about it. Actually, I think Trump made fun of the dude's name that was running against him and stuff like that. He's like, I think it's not spelled like that or something. He was saying and stuff like that. He's like, it should have a Y in it or something. It's not spelled like Meyer, like how it should be and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they're a family-owned business. So a lot of stuff isn't out in, they're not on the exchange or anything. So, they don't probably have to publish a lot of information about what goes on behind the scenes and stuff.
Right.
Everything. I know as a kid I worked there bagging groceries and stuff like that. So, I think, but for the most part though, they seem like good people. And I'm not saying all Republicans or conservatives are bad people. We kind of feel a certain way about people that voted for Trump right now and stuff. I know some people are probably trying to worry about the price of eggs, I guess, and stuff, and
Wasn't nobody worry. If you weren't worried about the price of eggs during Biden administration, I don't want to hear no crying now.
well, I mean, they got way, for people that worry about stuff like with the price of eggs and stuff like that, it looks like it's got way worse right now. It probably even higher.
It's been about $5 for a dozen.
Yeah, it might be.
It's been like that.
I mean, the prices are just skyrocketing right now and stuff
It's
like
been
that.
like that. I don't know what they is at Maya right now. I just left from Maya earlier. I don't know how much it is right now. I ain't need no eggs, but it's been about $5. It's been fluctuating around $5 for about the last year or two.
Oh, and I thought you got some for like during the wonderful Biden administration. I think I remember getting them for $2.12 or something like that.
No, I don't want no
Aldi's or
something like that.
At Aldi's and stuff. Actually, where I live at, my neighbors all have chickens and stuff like that. But I'm not bragging or anything. But I could just go grab some eggs from my neighbor if I had to out here. But but that doesn't. But I know that doesn't. I know a lot of people are worried about the price of eggs and stuff like that and stuff. Yeah. And I didn't take that in consideration when people were voting and stuff like that. Because I was like, we need to vote Democrat all the way around and stuff like that. And I thought if she had won, it probably would have just been the status quo. It would have been more of the same old and stuff like that. And I know people that can't afford egg prices and different things and stuff like that. They wanted to change and stuff. And I know. I guess this. I don't even know what to call it.
People voted for Trump to do exactly what he's doing.
Oh yeah, and that's the scary part. That's the scary part. I think people voted for all this evilness,
Yeah, run down the money.
I think some people did vote for the egg prices and stuff because I know. In my circle, I do have a lot of conservative friends and stuff like that. I don't think they meant for all this to happen. All this, and I know a lot of conservatives didn't want to vote for him too. Because they knew how
people voted for mass deportation
of illegal criminals, not of undocumented people. I think they voted for
illegal immigrants. Period.
No, I thought it was for criminals. If I looked at that,
people illegal immigrants. Period.
Really?
Well, that's horrible. Now the
criminals though. Honestly,
criminals supposed to be the first on the chopping board.
That's supposed to be everybody else, huh?
That's supposed to be first on the chopping board.
And that's
criminals. That's the same thing Obama said.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know.
He's gonna get the criminals first.
Obama did a lot of stuff that I wasn't.
Yeah, but he ended up doing 3 million
and all the stuff too. So I ain't.
He did a
lot of good stuff too with the. He did a lot. I know he did the Gay Marriage Act and Obamacare saved a lot of people's lives and stuff like that, or the affordable, the healthcare and stuff like that. It saved a lot of people's lives and stuff. So. Obama did a lot of good stuff, and then like my son said, it just felt like the country was more stable during Obama and Biden. It just felt like
because the deep state was in the panic mode.
It's like a clown show right now. Yeah, well, right now it's a clown show. Everybody's like, it's like, what is he going to do next?
The deep state is in a panic mode. The deep state is in a panic mode. Their money is being traced.
I was talking about his administration. It's wild stuff happening. You got teenagers accessing important government systems and stuff like that, taking credit card, or social security information and stuff like that. You got a lot of it's just like insane. Every day is like some what did he do today or something?
Yeah. That's the news media pushing that.
I mean, you see it though. You see that.
That's pure news media. A lot of this stuff don't even need a headline. The majority of stuff don't even need a headline.
People, just look at what he says. Like you could just you don't even have to. It doesn't have to be me or anybody else telling you what he said. You could just look at the words that come out of his mouth. It's complete lunacy. It's crazy. Like when you
put all that stuff in front of you
for a purpose. It's insane.
I mean, it's 2025, and if you still following the news narrative and the stuff they push, ain't nothing I can tell you.
No, I mean, you don't have to follow the news. You could see it. Like when you look at him, you could see like he just says this stuff outright. Like there's no filter or hiding it. Before like what I think was the Southern strategy and stuff like that.
You know what people like, right? Hey, people like that. The no filter, the no hiding. People like that. No filter, no hiding. Tell me how you feel, buddy.
Like for me personally, it feels like it's like going against so many different types of people and stuff. And he just says it out loud and stuff. I mean, it's setting set an example for other people to like, discriminate against people and stuff and say all this crazy stuff. And it's like, I mean, it's just, it's insane. But maybe that's just my opinion. But like I said, the way things are going, less than 2 years, you'll probably be like, yeah, you were right. Harmony, you were right about everything. You were
Could
right.
be.
You were hit the, I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm so sorry I doubted you.
Could
This
be.
guy was, who knew he was that crazy? Who knew he was that crazy? And I say, I told you so. I
Or
told
in
you
two,
so.
or in 2 years, it could be no taxes on overtime.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did say he was gonna do that, didn't he? Yeah, no, but you know what? We won't have to worry about that because there probably won't be any overtime. So we won't have to worry about the no taxes on overtime and
Well, we're
stuff.
gonna have
But
overtime. We slow right now, but we're gonna have overtime, buddy. You
I
know
don't
that.
know. They might be having us in some kind of.
You get your you
I
get your
hate to see
Saturdays
what's going to
back.
happen, but the American people are waking up and they're seeing it right now. They see what we did. Like, oh, I didn't vote for him, but the people that voted for him, like, oh, we made a horrible mistake. I saw actually, I felt, it was hard to feel heartbroken for him though because they were on TV crying and stuff, and they deported my grandpa and stuff like that, and I didn't think he would do that. And
They didn't know that grandpa was illegal.
I think thought he would probably be spared because they said he was
Why
just
would you
being
think
criminal
that?
or something like that. I don't know.
Why would you think that?
Wanted to vote
That's
for
like
it.
that's like me selling drugs. That's it. Oh yeah, I hope they arrest all the drug dealers. They catch me like, oh, I didn't think he was gonna arrest me. No, no.
I don't know. It's just, but it's horrible. But I think we had a good conversation. Everybody, put your comments down in the comment section and see what how y'all feel about it, what we could have did better or stuff we could have touched on or something like that. Just comment below and stuff. But I think this would be a good ending. And hopefully you could be a regular on the show. I'm gonna try to get a variety of guests and stuff. I got somebody, I'd like to get you in on the religious conversation we're going to be having coming up with Dave. Is going to be coming on here.
We talk about religion one day.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good one and stuff. Maybe because Dave said he wanted to spread the word to the people and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe try to get me to come back to faith or whatever it is and stuff, because I don't think I ever will, but at this point
we gonna get you, we coming for you, Hans.
I don't know, but it'd be good to because like I said, I have warmed up to a lot of stuff because I was very had a lot of negative views and stuff on it, but now I know it's important for some people to have and stuff, and I don't want to put my will on people and stuff, I wish everybody was atheist, but I can't force you to be atheist and stuff. And religion has done a lot of good stuff. It has done a lot of horrible stuff too, and stuff. But it has done a lot of good stuff. I think that's why we have our calendar. It was because of religion. That's why they got the before Christ and or after Christ and before Christ. Or I think that's what I mean, right? I don't know. It's like I don't know what AD means, but it's like But yeah, it's like the BC and AD. But it was all religious. It's because of religion we have the calendar. And maybe somebody else would have invented it, but I don't know. But I think it's a good ending point. I gotta go to Myers and go pick up something. Definitely not eggs, but like I say, get those next door and stuff. See how much the price.
I'll make the lasagna for the Super Bowl tonight.
See, I'm not a sports fan, so I didn't even know. Is it a Super Bowl tonight? Yep. Oh yeah, I think my friends were talking about it. They were having a Super Bowl party or something like that, and it's in another city, and I didn't want to drive up there and stuff. Well, like I said, I don't know anything about sports, but good luck with that, and we'll definitely have you on. I appreciate you coming on and having this discussion. I think it was pretty civil and stuff like that. We both got our points of views, and stuff. So enjoy your Super Bowl.
I say thanks for having me, Hans.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll have to come on your channel sometime.
Yep.
All right, talk to you later.
Yep, peace.
Mm-hmm.